What's going on there, friends? My name is M2DH and welcome back to another episode of The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker for Nintendo Wii U. We're all off last time. We returned to the Forbidden Woods for a missing treasure chart that I didn't get early in the Let's Play. We also explored some other islands, some really cool other cool places such as Island of Steel, Needle Rock, some reefs, and a bunch of more. And now in this part, we are going to explore the rest of the map here in the Great Sea, and I do that in a really in a mannerly fashion time. So this will not be a two-part. So just like the last episode, this will not be a two-parter. So everything is going to be in one episode, or at least everything that I covered in this video is going to be in one episode. That's good. That's good. It's nice to make really fast progress every once in a while, just so I don't have to do that, because sometimes splitting these episodes up into multiple like segments can be quite a pain. But in order for me to save space, I kind of have to. Anyway, so I'm starting off. So I start the video off right away in Eye Reef. I did not show. I cut out the part where I was sailing to Eye Reef, because it's for time's sake. All you really got, it is right next to Cyclops Reef, if you want to know where it is on the map. So just for convenience sake, I usually show off all my sailing process for convenience sake, for people who don't know how to actually get to the place that I go to. Most LPs I've seen and most Wind Waker Let's Plays I've seen, they cut out the sailing parts, which I believe isn't like casual friendly, to cut those out, because, well, how is anyone going to know how to even get there? But that's just my opinion. But anyway, so Eye Reef is the hardest out of the 6 reefs in the game, because it has the most of these rocks here. It is a it has the most rocks here. It has the most bomb ships and bomb cannons to deal with. So while you're trying to deal with the bomb cannons here, the other bomb cannons will keep shooting at you, and you can easily lose a lot of hearts here. In my practice run, I had 1 heart left when I was done dealing with all the bomb cannons. It was that disastrous, but thankfully in this run, it did not encounter that unfortunateness. Is that even a word? But yeah. So there we go. As you just saw, it took me quite a while to look for the last bomb cannon. It took maybe a minute or something like that. I don't even know why it took me that long, but when it shouldn't. But yeah. So after defeating all the bomb cannons, once again your treasure chest appears after destroying all those enemies. Once again, just like every other reef, you have to destroy the bomb cannons and the bomb ships that are inside the reef. You do not have to deal with the bomb ships that are outside, that are sailing outside of the reef. So that's just for references, for those who are just tuning into the Let's Play. Now, I changed the direction of the wind to north. One thing I probably didn't explain, which I guess can be a useful tip for those who don't know compass directions, is if you don't know exactly where to change your wind directions at occasional times, you can always use Toon Link to face the direction of where you want the wind to go. Then play the Wind's Requiem, and then change the wind's direction to where Toon Link is facing. And that's a very, very, very good indication as to which wind direction you can to point yourself towards, which is like I said already, is I think is really helpful. So now we're done with Six Eye Reef, and now we're gonna move on to we're actually gonna move on to the top of the map. There's actually a bunch of islands that I could be exploring, but most of those islands that I am skipping over don't really contain much usefulness. Either that, or I've already explored them at an earlier point of the playthrough. So I'm actually back here in North Fairy Island, which is somewhere in the top row of the map. If you remember, I did explore North Fairy Island at an earlier point to get one of the either one of the rupee capacity upgrade, bomb or arrow capacity upgrades. It's either one of those. I do not remember at this point. But the only reason I'm in the square of North Fairy Island is because there is a submarine here, and that's the submarine that I'm currently in right now, where this submarine has a bunch of moblins. At this point in the game, you should be able to figure out how to deal with moblins, because moblins they can be pretty tough because they have really long range attacks. Their spears have really long ranges for whatever good reason. And if you still haven't gotten the skull necklaces, from the moblins, in order to get one of the treasure chests from the rich guy in Windfall Island, then this is another pretty good spot, as there were quite a few moblins in here. All right, so after defeating those moblins, as you can see, this I had a little bit of trouble trying to figure this out. You're intended to swing onto these ropes, but ropes are a pain in the butt in this game in general. So I decided to sequence break by using one rope and then use deck leaf to fly past the other ropes. I think it's better because rope physics are terrible. Sometimes you get the right momentum to make one rope, sometimes you don't. It sucks. So that's this. So I just recommend using this method. I think that's one of the few unintentional techniques that I do in the Let's Play. Yeah. Gotta have at least one point of the playthrough where I don't do something that's developer intended, right? In this version, they made ropes a lot worse than in SD, because they pretty much nerfed the amount of momentum that you can get from these ropes. So it's either you sometimes get the right amount of momentum, or sometimes you gain more momentum than you think you gain, or you gain less momentum than you think you gain. It's pretty terrible for whatever good reason that they think. But yeah, so the submarine for North Fairy Island is done. So now the next island that I'm on right now is Spectacle Island. I did pass over this island as I was making my way to North Fairy Island. I could have explored this before I got to North Fairy Island because it was on the way, but I did not want to mess up my route that I written down on my notes. So I decided to just do this after North Fairy Island, which is of course very inconvenient, but I think it's worth it as far as what the notes I took. So in Spectacle Island, we have a mini game with this guy that you may probably recognize because it's the same guy that allowed us to play the Sploosh game in Windfall Island. And as you may remember, the Sploosh game is pure RNG. Well, this minigame has some RNG because the barrels are placed randomly, but I mean that's really not a big deal at all. This is a lot better than the Sploosh game. So in this mini game right here, this bomb cannon mini game, you have 5 barrels that you have to blow up, and you only have 10 shots to destroy those 5 barrels. Now if you're really good at geometry, then this minigame is for you. If you're really bad at geometry, you're gonna lose a lot of rupees because you suck at this. But overall, it shouldn't be terribly hard, unlike the Sploosh game. So just like the Sploosh game, if you play this minigame twice, you get 2 different prizes, and these 2 prizes are pretty much worth it. The first prize that I just obtained was a piece of hearts. Now, there's not a specific amount of shots that you have to make, otherwise that would be ridiculous, because you have 10 shots to work with in order to defeat 5 of these barrels. So having like either a maximum of 5 shots or having a prize where it's 5 shots would be insanely ridiculous. So of course I am playing the minigame again because you will get yourself a different prize, and it is worth it. So all the barrels that you're seeing here, you will not get the same results, because they're placed randomly. So do not rely. So if you've been playing along with the playthrough, do not be surprised if they're placed differently. It's just that you have to have different angles. So just use your geometry skills to get the right degree measure. Oh, come on, just barely. All right, come on. All right, last one. Oh my God, the last one. Oh my God. I got really excited when I recorded that. But there we go. I like this guy. This guy like has these have these face cuts of different people. Like he has a face cut of the children, a face cut of pirates, face cut of Gonzo, and a face cut of Tetra. And he tries to act them out while like his regular self is just always so boring and such. I don't know. Like imagine having a job like that. That'd be pretty. I don't know. It would kind of suck, I guess. But yeah. So your second prize for playing it for winning it twice is a treasure chart. So definitely worth it. All right, and now you may notice I changed it to nighttime. Now this next thing I'm going for only works in the nighttime, and that is the ghost ship. Now the ghost ship can be really difficult to find if you do not have the ghost ship chart. Because what the ghost ship chart will allow you to do is it will give you the location of the ghost ship depending on what type of moon it is in the night. When I recorded this, I had a full moon. And when the nighttime has a full moon, then it is located in Crescent Moon Island. So I sailed over there to Crescent Moon Island. Here's the ghost ship. Voila! And I just got warped inside the ghost ship. Now, I am doing this completely blind. I record this ghost ship completely blind. And by the way, when I first saw the ghost ship, oh my God, you won't believe. Oh my God, I cannot tell you how disappointed I was to find out that the ghost ship is just like the submarines. Oh man, I expected it to be like some optional dungeon. Like, I don't know, like similar to things like Bottom of the Well or whatever other creepy looking dungeons that are optional in a Zelda game. I was so disappointed on that the ghost ship this is all that the ghost ship offers. You have a whiz robe, you have a whiz robe and 2 Poes, and you have to defeat all of them in order to access this ladder, and that's it. Oh my God, it was a major letdown for me. I can't believe it. But you do get a lot of rupees as your reward here. And you do get I believe it's really important. Yeah, it's actually really important. So you do want to make sure you go to the ghost ship. Because what you get is a Triforce Shard, which is very important. And then once you get your Triforce Shard, why is it so hard to say that word? Then the ghost spirits of the ghost ship kicks you out. And guess what? There is no such thing as a ghost ship anymore. You will not encounter a ghost ship at any point after that. So once again, and that's why you saw me look around in the ghost ship, just so I could show you guys what the ghost ship actually did look like. So yeah. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, that's a very, very disappointing area, in my opinion. So we pretty much no. Forget what I was gonna say. Now I'm going back to Tingle Island to decipher the 2 treasure charts that I obtained, or the 2 Triforce charts that I obtained earlier at a few episodes ago. Either a few episodes ago or last episode. Actually, one of them was last episode. The other one was... Oh, okay, so the 2 Triforce charts that I got were in the last episode. Okay, so these 2 Triforce charts that I got in the last episode, I will now be deciphering here right now. And as I mentioned before, Triforce charts are 398 rupees each in order to decipher every single one of these Triforce charts. So, if you're like me, who has this amount of rupees coming up to this point in the SD version, you're probably in trouble because you probably need a lot. You probably be short by barely. So, and you do need more rupees than what I have right now if you're planning on 100% in this game. So that's. But thankfully, this is one of the biggest advantages with SD and HD. So yeah. So we're not done with Tingle Island yet, or at least everything that there is to offer in Tingle Island. It may look like there's very little to see in Tingle Island, but well, you're gonna see why. Fun fact: this shark right here, or at least the shark enemies that you see around the Great Sea sometimes. These sharks are actually called George, and as you might know, George is a boss in Majora's Mask. So that's kind of cool how we have the boss from Majora's Mask make a return in this game, but but it's actually a regular enemy instead of a boss. So it's just some little bit of information to share. So now I'm gonna look for... Ah-ha-ha! Surprise! There is a Big Octo in Tingle Island! That's right, a 12-eyed Big Octo. So you know what I'm getting. So you know what that means? Well, you'll see. Alright. So this is actually the last Big Octo that I fight. I fought every other Big Octo in the Great Sea in the Let's Play. So that means I better get my money's worth for. I gotta get my efforts paid off for defeating this last Big Octo. So once again, if you still don't know how to defeat Big Octos at this point, you better. Oh God, my dog is distracting me right now. You better. Then all you have to do is use bombs. And chuck bombs at Big Octos, or you can use the boomerang, or you can use arrows. But I would recommend bombs because you destroy the eyes on one hit. Boomerang and arrows take multiple hits per eye to defeat this Big Octo, so it's generally not worth using the boomerang or arrows. Can you please go away? What are you doing? All right. Anyway, so our reward for defeating this Big Octo. Well, let's find out. I can't wait to see what it is. Don't bite me! Oh my god. So Jay is being ridiculous right now. Alright, our efforts were... Alright, so our reward for that was a piece of hearts. Awesome! So that is, so that is our second piece of heart from Big Octos, and that is the last one. There are two Big Octos that give out heart pieces. So that was my second one. We're done with Big Octos for the rest of the game. Alright, so now we're done with that. Now we're actually gonna make our way to 4 Eye Reef, which will be the last reef that of all the reefs in the Great Sea. On my notes, I did write down Rockspire Isle because there was a platform in Rockspire Isle. Well, there are 3 platforms with 3 treasure chests on the Rockspire Isle platforms. One of them was an orange rupee, the other one was a red rupee, and then the third one is a gold feather. I was debating whether or not I should actually show that off, just so people know where to get rupees, but I decided against that after a while, after enough thinking. So I decided to just skip past Rockspire Isle, and skip that platform altogether. So you will not see that. But if you want rupees, then the Rockspire Isle platform is the way to go. You'll get a total of 120 rupees at least. So over here in 4 Eye Reef, of course, since it's shaped like a 4-eyed dice, it's really not too difficult compared to 6 Eye Reef. 6 Eye Reef. One thing to keep in mind the hard part about aiming at these bomb ships and the bomb cannons is that the water is constantly oscillating up and down while you're aiming. So sometimes you can get the right aim, but you will still miss because of the water oscillation, which kind of sucks. But that's just the way. But that's just how it is. Oh man, I made it, but then I slid down. Dang, that's a shame. And it's the same thing with Big Octos. It's the same thing with Big Octos too. Sometimes you can aim at the right spot for Big Octos, but they do not stay still at all. So that's one thing I forgot to mention when you're trying to chuck bombs at them. It kind of sucks, but oh well. It's just the way to go. My dog is acting crazy right now. I don't know what he's doing. Like, he was licking my leg for the past 10 minutes that I'm recording right now, and now he just won't leave me alone for whatever good reason. Now he's looking at me and he's waiting for something. I don't know. I'll have to figure it out once I'm done with this video, which I'm almost done with this video. You can probably hear him. He's growling at me. I don't know why. But anyway, we got a treasure chart from the 4 Eye Reef. So that's all the reefs in the game. So now we're going to move on to the final island, the last island that I did not explore at all, and this island is called Star Island. And yeah, I never explored this place, which you could once you have bombs. But I decided to save it till now. What are you doing? Oh, he's barking at me, guys. Well, like I said, I have to deal with him after I'm done with this recording, which I'm almost done. So by the way, if you blow up all these rocks here in Star Island, imps will start appearing, and you'll just be bombarded by them because there's an unlimited supply of imps on top of Star Island when you blow up those rocks. So it's yeah, because like I said, any area that has imps, they will infinitely respawn, and it will suck. Alright, so inside the grotto of Star Island, we once again have some enemies to fight. Starting off with those like worm-looking enemies. I don't even know what they're called, but just deal with them. And then we have bokoblins, and then even more bokoblins. Just basic enemies that are very simple to take care of. Wow, that was some really good combating right there. I'm actually really proud of that. And then finally we have Moblins. So another really good area if you want, if you're still in need of skull necklaces. Which you shouldn't be in need of skull necklaces, because the game does give you plenty of opportunities for skull necklaces, and I did show up a bunch of treasure chests that had skull necklaces in them. Okay, and let's see what we got for our efforts. It better be worth it. A piece of heart. Alrighty, and with that. That is going to be it for this episode of The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. So we have explored every single island in the game, and we've pretty much traveled through the map. But we're not done. We still have some side quests to take care of. So I'm going to cover those in the next episode. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.